Have you been doing your planks consistently, but all you can do is just kind of hold them like this? Let me show you how you can make them more effective and it will get you stronger. Hey you guys, so planks are one of the most effective bodyweight exercises for strengthening your core, not to mention a great way to sculpt your abs. So the goal is to learn how to try to hold your plank for 1 to 2 minutes with really good form. So once you've done that, you've created a really good foundation. And then now, instead of just kind of always just holding that static hold, gets kind of boring, there's gotta be more. Let's make it a little bit more challenging and kind of turn the heat up on those planks to help you get a little bit stronger. And what I've done is I've actually created these exercises with progressions from starting with our beginners to our intermediate to our advanced group. We just need very little equipment. If you don't have sliders, you can obviously use towels or paper plates or whatever you might have. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of start with the stabilization phase. So this is really gonna work on stabilizing your core. So for my beginners, you're just gonna do bird dogs. And you can just use a light dumbbell in one hand. You're just gonna be on all fours. You're just gonna think about tapping your opposite hand to your opposite leg, and you're gonna just stretch out to a nice flat back. You're gonna tap and stretch. Tap and stretch. Tap and stretch. So we're just getting a little bit more movement in, kind of working on stabilizing. This is a little tougher than it looks because we're on the opposite hand and opposite leg. All right, so that's really good for our beginners. Intermediates, we're gonna move into an elbow alternating bird dog. So it's gonna get a little tougher. So we're gonna start in our elbow plank. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lift up. We're gonna touch our opposite elbow to our knee. But I want you to think about going back to a flat back after you've touched. Kind of reset after each tap. And here. So a little bit tougher. For our advanced group, we're gonna go into a toe tap alternating Superman. So with this one, we're gonna be up here. We're gonna tap and go straight. Tap and straight. Tap and hold. And hold. This is where the learning to stabilize your body is critical. Whew. Okay, 3 really good exercises to work on stabilization. Okay, next we're gonna go on to movement and a little bit of stabilization. So for my beginners, we're gonna do what are called seesaws. So you just wanna mat for your hands or your elbows. You can use your sliders or plates under your feet. But this is gonna just teach you a little bit of movement while you're stabilizing your body. So feet are gonna go out behind you. My abs are engaged. I kind of am tightening my glutes a little bit. You're gonna pull forward and then push back. But I only want you to push back as far as you feel comfortable. You don't have to go all the way back. So you're just pulling forward, going back. You're not up here. You're not kind of down here. Think about that tabletop back. And here. And then just do however many reps are challenging for you. I don't want to get a rep count because it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, so next for my intermediate group, we're going to go into seal walks. So with those, we're just going to put the sliders under our feet again. We're going to be up on our hands. You're going to just start with this flat back. When you're doing these, I don't want your hips shifting from side to side. We're gonna think about just pulling and keeping our hips as straight as possible. So with these, you can just walk up and down and back. And keep a neutral, think about keeping a neutral head. Don't look up or, yeah, just try to think about keeping a neutral head. The advanced group, we're gonna just do a one leg. So we're gonna lose a slider. So this is gonna take a lot more core work. So now we're just gonna really pull and push back. So the other thing with your hands, you're not facing forward. The reason these are called a seal walk, because you know when seals walk, they're here, because that helps protect the joint. You can't, it's really gonna be tough on your wrists here, so think about that seal. We're gonna rotate the hands out slightly. So once again, we're tightening up. We have our seal hands ready. Glutes are fully engaged, and we're pulling forward and pushing back. All right. Whew. Excellent. Okay. And so last, to get a little bit more metabolic, meaning we're gonna get the heart rate up a little bit more, add some more explosive movements. We're gonna get our mats back because we wanna make sure our elbows are nice and padded. So we're gonna do an elbow leg raise for beginners. Not too much jarring movement, but we're just gonna get you used to movement here. So we're just gonna raise up, nice and easy, and lower back down. All right, for our intermediate group, we're gonna do a plank jack. So now we're gonna add a little bit more movement. We're gonna be here, and we're just gonna bring our legs in and out. Keeping the abs tight to where we're keeping that tabletop the whole time. Don't compromise your back and letting it sway. Last, we're gonna do a plank jack hydraulic for our advanced group. So we're gonna kind of put all this together. Move that here. So as we begin here, we're gonna do hydraulics. So a lot going on here. So we're kind of working the upper body, lower body. Whew. But we're really making our core work, going up and down on those hands and keeping our legs going. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys set the rep count, especially for the beginners, the intermediate and advanced group. You could do 30, maybe 45 seconds of work, take a 15, 20-second rest period, try to do at least 3 rounds. Okay, you guys, keep doing your planks. Super good for your body, but just kind of add in some new things, especially if you've kind of plateaued, like I mentioned earlier. As long as you have your good foundation down, of being able to hold for at least a minute or 2, it's time to move on. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Check out Athlean-XX Hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I'll work out with you guys soon.